Hello there, I'm Lauren with Bushel and Peck. Thank you so much for buying a take-home kit from Bushel and Peck. Thank you for supporting us. We appreciate your business. And today I'm not going to keep it too long. I'm just going to try to do a brief overview so you can get started on your craft. I'll give you the basics. I'll be available for questions, and I get some pictures and show you how to do more intricate details if need be. But this project is pretty self-explanatory in that it's not a very extensive or time-sensitive craft like some of our other ones are. I mean, I think this is a really good one if it's your first one, or it's going to be with kids or something like that. I think this is a really good starter craft. So I'll go ahead and we'll talk about all the things that are going to be in your kit. And let's see. So behind me we have, you're going to have your bag, your large canvas tote. Okay. And if you want, beforehand, you might want to iron it. It's completely up to you. You don't have to. It's not going to change the outcome of how your project looks. But for my preference, I ironed mine beforehand. Let me show you. I want to show you the project. That's our baby Yoda. And so you see here we made like a little nebula, our galaxy. And we did all of that with what's in your kit. Now I'm going to show you how to make this today. But anyway, I went ahead and before I made everything, I just kind of spritzed it down and ironed it because it was folded. You know, when you order the bags, they come folded. So it may have a crease in it. If it doesn't bother you, that's fine. But anyway, if you want to do that beforehand, you can. This is the bag we're working with. Okay. Also included, you should have an apron, a pair of gloves. These are completely optional, and so is the apron. It's just that you're going to be working with bleach, so be sure that you are somewhere over tile and you're not wearing any good clothes or... Sorry, I have this propped up on my computer, so if it falls or goes cattywampus, bear with me and we'll just fix it as it goes. Okay. So, again, these are optional. I'm just trying to keep your clothes and skin protected. And now that it's going to be a take-home kit, keep your furniture protected as well. So make sure you do it someplace where you don't have to worry about getting bleach spots on anything. Okay, what else we have? So everybody has a toothbrush in their kit, and we'll tell you why later. Let's see, everyone has a sponge. This is what we're going to make our nebula with, our Milky Way, our galaxy. You should have a bottle of bleach. It should be about half full because we don't want to put more than that. That is specific to the amount we're going to use. In fact, that's actually more than what we're going to use. So you have plenty of bleach in your bottle. You'll have 3 colors in your kit. You're going to have a blue, a bright pink, neon pink, and a white, which is going to be for your stars. You will also have, if you're local, I delivered you a piece of cardboard. Now, there's a reason I gave you a random piece of cardboard, and that is when we're making our project, we're going to make sure we stick our cardboard in between the 2 sides of the fabric, so inside our bag, because when we go to start spraying bleach on this, we don't want the bleach to bleed through to the other side. Okay, so we want to protect it and give it a little border, and cardboard is perfect for that. You don't want to use plastic because cardboard is going to soak up the extra bleach, whereas if we put a piece of plastic or something on the inside, it would just kind of sit there and it would pool, so we don't want that. Okay, let me see what else we got. We got the brush. We got, oh, that's right, Baby Yoda. We've got Baby Yoda, or the child, as he's referred to. He is in fact too cute. So every kit should come with your own vinyl Baby Yoda. And basically we're just going to treat him as a sticker. We're going to apply him as best we can because it's fabric, so it's not going to have, it's not going to stick perfectly, but I'm going to show you how we can try to get it on there as best we can because canvas is not exactly sticky friendly. And I think that's it. I think that's all that you'll need for your kit. An optional item I would recommend, I just use my JCPenney rewards card, but if you have a gift card or a credit card nearby, or even a Cricut scraper, if you have a Cricut machine and you have a scraper, this would be possibly helpful for you when you're applying your Baby Yoda sticker to your canvas, and I'll show you that later. Okay, without further ado, I'm going to give you a broad overview of how you're going to go about making your project, and then if you have any additional questions, feel free to message me on Facebook, and I can either video you a response or type it, or if you want I can stop by and help you if everything goes completely crazy. But I have confidence in you. I think we're gonna knock this out of the park. So let's get started. So the first thing we're gonna do, let's put our finished Baby Yoda to the side. So the first thing we mentioned, or like I mentioned earlier, we're gonna put the cardboard in between the two layers of our bag to protect it one side from the bleach while soaking up any extra. Okay, just like that. Put it in the middle, and you can kind of see the crease here, which is what I was telling you about. If you want to iron this beforehand, you can. I did with my other one. But anyway, that's, if you want to do that before the video, that's completely fine. Pause here, go iron, and come back. You back? Okay. All right, so now that we've got our bag ready, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to kind of sit it in front of us, and it's going to be, I'm going to do the best I can showing you guys, but I've got my phone propped up, and we're not going to make another one today because, again, I'm not with you guys in person, so I'm just going to try to explain it as best I can and show you and demonstrate. Let's see, what do we do first? Okay, so at this point, if you want to wear your gloves or your apron, go ahead and put those on. And then the very first step that we're going to do is we're going to take our Baby Yoda, and he's going to be our outline for our bleach and our dabbing of our paint. So we need to take him off of this transfer paper. It's got a back, and it's got a clear label over the top of it, a clear transfer tape. And we're just going to peel him off as carefully as we can. And we're gonna get rid of that paper, we don't need that. So now we're left with this clear sticker of Baby Yoda. Now, the next part is honestly the only difficult part of this entire craft, the only really time-consuming part. And that is to get Baby Yoda off of this sticker and onto our canvas bag. So, we're going to try it the Cricut way. We're going to try it by just applying it, smoothing it, and trying to kind of peel him off and mash him down. And we're going to use our credit card for that, kind of scrape him off. So if you see, He's on there pretty good. See, like that, he's on there. So what we're gonna try to do is get him to let go of his clear label and stick on the canvas. Okay, so go ahead and center him, or you don't have to center him actually. I just centered him, you know. You can put him off to the side. You can put him up top, off to the side. You can put him anywhere you want to. I'm gonna put him in the middle, okay, just for demonstration's sake, okay. So let's go ahead and throw him down right there. Does that look good? That looks good. All right. So the next part we're gonna do, and I'll try to show it to you as best I can on the video, okay? So go ahead and push him down, get him straightened out on the bag, okay? Now we're gonna try, this is what we try first before we go the old, you know, tear him off and mash him on the canvas. We're gonna try to use our credit card or gift card, if you want to try it this way, and try to scrape, not scrape, but you know, smooth him onto the canvas. Because again, what we want to do is we want to convince Baby Yoda, the orange part of Baby Yoda, to let go of his plastic coil, and we want him to stay on the canvas. And so let's try to convince him and coax him into staying on the canvas for us. Okay? He may not, you know. He's hard-headed. So we're going to do the best we can to try to get him to disconnect. Okay. So if he's not on there by now, he's not going to go in easily. So now that we've done that part with our card, I'm going to show you more close up. Let me spin this around here if I can, if it'll let me. Okay, we're going to see if we can't just lift up the side here and see if we can get him to stay on the canvas. And y'all bear with me, I am not a photographer or a videographer, so this is going to look, it's going to look rough. He's staying, look at that. Look at that. Okay, so I need both my hands. I'm sorry. So y'all watch me pull the clear transfer tape off. Look at that. All right, now when you start to get to his eyebrows, be very careful. If you see that the little pieces of eyebrows want to stay on the tape, don't let them. Take your finger or your fingernail and just hold them down like that. Hold them with one finger while you're pulling with the other. And hold it down like that. And we're going to coax him to stay right there. Show you that. See how he's staying on there? Right there. Okay. And take your time on this part because we don't want to rip our vinyl. It's not going to be the end of the world if you do, but let's try not to, okay? We want a clean picture for our bleach. So we're pulling. Uh-oh, this eyebrow wants to stay on there, so let's put him back down. We're just going to hold on to him. And the little nose, you might want to hold on to that too, because we want that to come off of the plastic. And this, like I said, is the most tedious part. He actually transferred a lot better than the other ones I've done. So, yay for us in this video. And kind of hold it like that while you're peeling. Okay, let's finish up this last little bit. Now his letters might be the most difficult. Yeah, see how they want to lift? So hold those down while you pull with the other hand. Since they don't want to stay, we're going to make them. And some of y'all that have Cricut machines already know how to do stuff like this. So it's probably, y'all could probably teach me a thing or two. Look at that, y'all. He's on there. Look at him. And you know, he's not going to be there permanently. So don't fret. Is this upside down? I hope not. Goodness, I hope not. Y'all, I'm doing my very best. I'm learning videography. Okay, so we got him on there. He's not going to be permanently on there, but for our purposes, we need him to stick on there as well as we can right now, because we don't want any bleach. When we go to spray our bleach, we don't want bleach going underneath the sticker. We don't want it going under the vial. So make sure every bit of him is on there, okay? And that honestly is the most tedious part. If you can get this to work in your favor, that's it. That's the easiest part, okay? The next part I'm just going to race through because it's pretty self-explanatory. I'll tell you what. I wasn't going to do the bleach right now. I don't think I will. No. I don't think you guys need to see it. I'll just show it to you. I'll just show you my finished one. Okay, so the next process, what we're going to do, we're going to make sure we're laying this flat. So once you've got your baby Yoda on there and he's stuck down really good, and you got your cardboard in and he's protected underneath by your cardboard between the two layers, not underneath, but between, you're going to take your bottle of bleach and you're going to, I'm going to show you like this, but don't spray like this. You want to spray with it down. Basically, you want to spray around. You want to define Baby Yoda, his shape, his outline, but don't get close. You need to be at least 6 or 8 inches away from him to get a fine mist that's going to cover a wider area. So my technique was I held about 8 inches away and from an angle, and I spritzed his left ear from the right, then his right ear from the left, and so on and so forth. And I only maybe spritzed about 8 times. You don't need that much. I mean, it's bleach. It starts, for lack of a better word, starts like curing or working instantly. So you want to spray at an angle about 8 inches in the direction of where you want it to shoot. So I would say, one direction on the ear, maybe one across 6 or 8, one on each eye about 6 or 8 inches away. So 2, 3, an angle going to the 4th one here on this ear. And then once you have your outline, you'll see it start to cure. By the time you get halfway done spraying here, you're going to see it's already going to start to cure. So this all needs to be done fairly quickly, okay? So we're spraying at an angle, we're spraying up, we're spraying this angle, and then we're going to do 6 or 8 inches away, spray over here, spray in his collar area. Basically, you want to cover all of Baby Yoda and his letters with bleach. But you want to fine mist. You don't want it really close. You need to be far away where it can get the most coverage. If you do it too close, it's going to also be too concentrated and it will eat your fabric. You don't want that. And you don't want spray marks. You don't want a spillage or spray marks. Once you have sprayed all of your Baby Yoda, and you're going to go down here and you do the same. So you spray the word to, you spray the word cute, I and am, spray those. So 8 or 10 sprays will cover you for this entire thing. And then, while this is still laying down, because at no point are you going to lift this right now, okay? So once you get your 10 sprays, once you get him sprayed and you know there's coverage and you know there's going to be an outline of your Yoda, you're confident that if you peeled this sticker off and there's going to be an outline, don't lift him, okay? Because what's happening while you're spraying, that bleach that's getting on top of the plastic, the vinyl, I mean, it's going to start pooling. Okay, so grab you a napkin or a paper towel, gently lay it on top of him, and just dab. Don't swipe or wipe, just dab to get up any excess bleach, okay, that might have pooled on the orange parts. Okay, and that's going to help us because if he's laying down and he's got all this bleach pooling on top of the orange vinyl, when we go to lift it up, what's going to happen? All that pooled bleach is going to start dripping down. And it's going to look like Baby Yoda is crying or that Baby Yoda has bowel problems. We don't want that. We don't want that for Baby Yoda. So, we want to make sure we just blot with a paper towel or a napkin and just make sure before we do any lifting. So he's like this. We've sprayed him. We've done all of our bleach. We've sprayed him. About this, I would say about this high. We've done our bleach all around and everywhere where his facial features are. Before we lift him, blot it, okay? Simple. Now, once you've got all that blotted and dried, next comes another fun part. Now you're going to decide based on where you placed him, where you want your galaxies, your nebulas, whatever you want to name them, whatever you want to call them. For instance, I'll show you mine. So I placed him in the middle. See there? And I decided I wanted him to have, a little nebula over here, a little bleach nebula, and then a little bleach nebula over there, and a little. Basically, I did this corner, this corner, this corner, and I didn't want to make it a square look, so I just did 3 corners and then kind of just a random little bleachy splotch right there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I was going to go ahead and pause the video and make sure it's still recording, but gosh, I hope it's still recording. Okay. Y'all, I'm so illiterate when it comes to photography and videography. Alright, so go ahead and, while he's still laying down, spritz him a couple, wherever you want, a couple 3-4 little nebula, okay, and let them get to start curing, and then guess what? You're done with your bleach, okay? Use whatever you have left. If you want to add some stuff later, or if you want to add, if you see any spots that you don't think got enough coverage, go ahead and spritz that, touch them up. Essentially, we're using our bleach just to outline Baby Yoda's features for the moment when we go to take off the vinyl. We want it to be a white outline, a white bleach outline of where he was. So the next part You should have 3 colors in your kit: a pink, a blue, a white. The first one we're gonna do, and I'll show you, is our pink. And we're going to take, you should have a brush with you. If you want this to be a less, if you see here, there's like brush marks. If those don't bother you, just use it as is. If you want maybe a rougher look and you know this bothers you, these splotches bother you, you can tear this sponge and make it rougher and use it that way. Okay. Just a little tip. So before peeling off, it's still curing, the bleach is still setting. We're gonna go ahead and do our pink paint while he's still on there. So just like this, while he's still laying down, take our pink paint and we're going to apply where we made our nebula, our galaxies. So if you say you did one here, 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 take just enough to cover the end of that brush and then soften the paint with your finger. Okay, so smear it around a little bit. You don't want it all concentrated in one area or it's going to make a line when you go to dab it. So soften it with the corner here. And we're going to go in and we're going to add like this and define our little galaxies a little bit more. Maybe we had one down here, maybe we had one down there. Okay? Then, while you still have your pink, you're going to go in and maybe add a little bit throughout Baby Yoda. Maybe add a little bit in his ear, maybe a little bit right here on his jacket, maybe some around the letters. See, he's got some in his ears. He's got some galaxy on his tummy. He's got some pink on his lip. This is completely your project. You do not have to make it like this one at all. But I do want to see when you're done making it. I want to see how good you did. Okay. So you see how I just ran with it. You know, I just made him some little pink bursts there. And then we're going to do the exact same thing. So rinse off your paintbrush, dry it out, just with a paper towel, just dry it. And next we're going to go to our blue paint. You should have some blue paint in your kit. Same exact concept. We're going to put some on our brush. We're going to soften it a little bit, get it a good coverage so we don't have a line. And we're going to go in wherever we want blue or nebula. And we're going to add it. And we're going to add some to him wherever we want some on him. On the letters, on the corners. And that's going to come out. I wanted mine defined in certain areas. So I actually did more blue here and more blue here to make it look like the Milky Way, or like a black hole, or, you know, like I made it kind of an elongated shape. I did that on purpose. You don't have to do that. I think it makes a really cool effect though. Look at that. Doesn't that look like he's like just floating out there in the stars? And he's got this huge like black hole behind him. Look at that. So that's exactly what you have to do with your pink and your blue. You can have designated nebula areas, or you can have very random nebula areas. Okay? That's it for the pink and blue. So that should take you about about 10-15 minutes with between the different colors and the painting or the washing of your brush and all of that. Once you're done with your pink and your blue, you are completely done with these items right now. So just, you can get those out of the way. So you're done with your bleach, you're done with your pink, you're done with your blue, and you're done with your sponge. So the very last part that we have before we take off our vinyl and see the final result is, you're probably wondering to yourself, why in the world do I have a toothbrush? Why did she give me a toothbrush? Well, I'm going to tell you. You need to brush your teeth. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just kidding. We're going to use it with this white to make stars. Okay? I saw this online, this really cool idea, and it works. It works perfectly for making what looks like scattering of stars. It just works way better than a paintbrush. I'll show you what I mean. So go ahead and take your toothbrush out. Almost said paintbrush. Your toothbrush. And I'm going to take it out of my package here. And don't worry, these are all clean and brand new. Everybody gets a brand new one. And you've got your white paint. You should have a little container of white paint. Go ahead and open that up. So dip your toothbrush into the container of white paint. So kind of like about as much toothpaste as you'd put on, you know, just on the ends like this. Saturate it really well. And then next thing you're gonna do, if you have your glove on, this is where it'll get a little messy. If you don't, and you don't have your gloves on, that's fine, because this is acrylic paint and it washes right off. So no worries. Next thing you want to do, he has got his pink, he's got his blue, his bleach has dried, it's still kind of curing. You're seeing him start to really take shape and take form. We're going to give random stars across this whole thing with our white paint. I'm going to show you how to do that. All right. You still don't have to pick him up at this point. This entire time he's going to be laying flat, but for my purposes I'm going to show you. So for like a smattering or, you know, splattering of stars, we're going to literally just take our finger and we're going to flick, randomly kind of flick that with that motion. And then once you get out of paint, you just dip some more. And that's going to make stars. It's going to make white splatters of stars. Let's look at it. Let's take a look. Look at those stars. Now you have some that are kind of like regular stars in the sky. You have some that are grouped, and you have some that are random and off by themselves, and that are a lot brighter than others. And you have strings of stars. You got a northern star over there, maybe. So he has an entire galaxy in his background. So some are splattered, some are very fine, some look like even zodiac or astrological signs there. You want to splatter across his body. You want to cover almost the entire surface of where you put your pink and your blue paint. I did the entire surface of the entire side of the bag. I think that makes it look really cool. Okay? That's the most fun part, in my opinion. So we've dipped in our white paint. We've dispersed our stars. right? We're done. We're done with that, okay? Now, at this point, let him sit before we take off the vinyl, because when we dabbed our pink and blue paint, it may have splotched in a couple places, but it probably dried pretty fast, right? I mean, it dried pretty much right away. But with our stars, the way we did that little effect, there are thicker splotches, so we don't want to smear that. We don't want to risk messing up our stars. So let them dry for about a half an hour or so, and that's all you have to do for that part. After about 30 minutes, maybe an hour, he should be dry. You should see him start to come to life. Now, you can finally take your vinyl off. You don't have to do this especially fragile or in a specific way, because you're throwing him away. You're throwing the orange parts away, or whatever color you have. You're throwing that away. We're not using that anymore after we pull it off. So peel him off, peel all these pieces of orange, and look at Baby Yoda underneath. And you will have, if you disperse your bleach and your paint, you will have crisp lines. And you will see every little thing. His little brow furrow, his little eyebrows, his little button nose, his tongue, his little fingies, his letters. Too cute I am. And I'm telling you right now, taking off that vinyl is the most satisfying part of this entire craft. Flicking the paint stars, that's pretty cool. But when you finally take off your vinyl and you reveal your Yoda, your Baby Yoda, and you hold up your galaxy, first thing I want you to do is take a picture for me. Show me. Tag me on Facebook, because I am more than excited to see your result. I want to see how you guys did. I expect a lot of creativity is going to happen. A lot is going to show up, because you don't have to do it exactly like mine. Okay? I went in afterwards even and added a little bit more pink and a little bit more blue. And I think I even added a couple more stars. You can have as many or as little of the galaxy, of the stars, of the nebula as you want. This is your Baby Yoda. This is your galaxy. And guess what? You just made a Baby Yoda galaxy tote. I hope you enjoyed that. I know I enjoyed making it. It's a fun craft. Once you've learned how to do it, once you've mastered it, it's a craft that I think that you guys will want to do at home. And you can use stencils, you can use stickers. I used just a vinyl that I made on the Cricut machine. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope I taught you guys pretty well. I know it's a little bit more in depth when we're face to face. But this is just general overview. Again, it's only a 40-minute video, so it's not the full 2-hour class, because we didn't have questions or anything like that. So please feel free if you have questions. If something was left out of your kit, or if you need more of something, whatever, just message me. And I really want to see what you guys did. I really want to see pictures. Tag me at Bushel and Peck Art. At Bushel and Peck Art. And we will feature your photos from your take-home kits on the Bushel and Peck page. Again, that was it. That was easy, right? The hardest part was the vinyl, and the most satisfying part was peeling it off. Thank you so much for supporting Bushel and Peck, you guys. You mean the world to me. I can't thank you enough. Thank you so much. God bless. Stay safe out there.